let's start. Oh, it gets me every time with this. It says starting. Hello, welcome to episode 6 of the Mouthy podcast. I'm gonna run out of fingers soon. Um, I'm joined today. Oh God. Oh no, you froze. I was like, oh, you're already freezing. This is gonna start poorly. I'm joined today by Maia, Côté-Crosby. We've been what friends for 3 years? No,
I think no, we've known each other since kindergarten, but we've only been friends since like end of seventh grade and then eighth grade.
because I didn't like you.
I didn't like you either.
I
We're
didn't
gonna
like
talk about that.
grades K through like 6. It was great.
Yeah, basically.
Um, but we're friends now, and you're here on the podcast, episode 6. Um,
Mhm.
Next week there will not be a podcast. It's gonna be the last one for a while because obviously it's Christmas. I imagine I'll continue doing them either the week after Christmas or maybe if I'm doing family stuff, the first week
I
of
might
school.
be the only girl you'll ever see on this, but
Seriously. It's like I was like, okay, I need to get some diversity in here. It's just been like all my white dude friends. We gotta like
So
mix it
now
up a
it's
little.
your white
Well, or Colin. He
girl.
was
Yeah,
he
and
was like
Colin.
light skin.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
You need to
you're
switch it
here.
up a little bit.
I'd switch it up. Had to get a girl in. We did it. I succeeded. Um, yeah, you know how this works. I'm gonna ask you the classic Mouthy podcast question. What is your story? I'll just reiterate for those of you who this is the first podcast you're listening to. Um, you can interpret that however you want. It can be the story of how you ended up here, the story of how we became friends, your funniest story, your life story, whatever you want. Um, and then, yeah, we'll chat about that. Maybe tell some other stories. Maybe, get deep, start crying, start laughing. I don't know. We'll
Dude,
see where.
I've done enough of that today. Thank you though. um
So,
so
yeah,
actually I want to
officially.
start with this. I want to start with how my like interpretation of Jack was for like my
When you.
entire life.
But yeah, we can also talk about how bad I am at first impressions.
That too. Okay, we're talking about that. But basically, so kindergarten,
Do you remember kindergarten?
low key, I remember you from kindergarten because I'll
Jeez.
explain why. So kindergarten, new school, new people, all of that.
We were in the
And
same class.
honestly, I don't remember much about kindergarten at all, other than one girl threw up, and that just caused like a throw up domino effect in our
Oh,
class. Do
yeah.
you remember that?
You know, I honestly don't remember if I was actually there or if I just remember the stories, but I definitely
Okay,
remember it happening.
okay, so yeah, that and there's one day because Jack was kind of like the golden boy. I mean, always has been, but you know, like
Oh,
always like teachers like
oh,
him,
that's what you mean. I thought
and
you meant popular.
no, well, nah.
I was I
um,
was I was really popular all through elementary school. And then I got to
yeah,
high school and I was like,
so
okay.
this is really funny because and teachers pet basically all of elementary school and but especially like kindergarten, he's always Jack's always doing the right thing, never in trouble. And then one time I don't even remember what you did, but I think like you and another one of our friends got into like an argument and she was so mad at you. I just remember your face. You're like, the teacher is screaming at me. What the this is happening right now? Like you had obviously never been yelled at or something
That's really
before in your life. Because I was like, oh God. And I just remember laughing so much because I was like, wait a minute, Golden Boy just got into trouble. And then we were like
funny.
on and off. That's like my first memory of you and like history of life. But and then like
That's not
high,
class,
yeah,
were we?
elementary school, we were like on and sorry, what?
We were in the same class much, were we?
No, not much. Maybe like 2 or 3 years or something.
Yeah.
And it was
I just remember,
always, I feel like it was always the know-it-all competition between us.
yeah. But also like I was better at math and science and you were better at like socials and French and we were sort of like the same in English.
Yeah.
So we were always like competing so much and I just remember I was like, oh, I flipping hate Maya, bro. She's always try harding so bad in school. And then I imagine in response to that I would like try to try hard even harder, which made you dislike me.
This guy was so try hard too. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we built mutual hate for each other based on the fact that we were both equally as try hard in school.
But
Um,
then what it was when we went to high school, something
Uh-huh.
happened. I don't know what it. Also, you were best friends with like my least favorite person in the school, or not best friends, but you were friends with.
That's that's true. That is also true. But then in seventh grade, we did a project with my best friend and then your best friend at the time.
And
Um,
we went
we
together,
did a
and it was
project.
like
The most
meeting of the mind.
ridiculous thing I've ever done in my life because like we disagreed on so many things, but we got such a good grade because all four of us were mega tryhard in school.
Like I think we
And
got a 98, and we spent probably 60% of the time just arguing.
yeah,
Like it was
basic.
ridiculous.
And he like we all pissed each other off so much,
It was
and it
really
was
funny though.
crazy. And I was like, so we were in the same class that year and the year after. So the year after, my best friend changed schools, and I was like, well, that sucks. And then
Mhm.
kind of exploring my options, and also like before seventh grade, I was not friends with guys
Yeah,
because ew, guys are gross, guys are cooties.
yeah.
But then high school hit, and this is
And
just like
now,
fun fact about me. Like this is the life story part. Like high school hit, I swear I was like only friend with guys, and that kind of applies today. Like I only have like one, maybe two, like actual good girlfriends, whereas like literally just guy friends all the time.
to the
Like
point where like people think you're lesbian.
literally. So seventh grade, I went completely rebel. I had really long hair down to here, cut my hair like boy short, like Jack short, basically. Had short
Yeah.
hair for
Well,
like 3 years.
yeah,
And now I'm going back, so you can
yeah.
probably tell
Oh
longer.
my
But
God.
yeah, it was really short, kind of went rebel. Track pants and hoodies every single day of my life. That is signature beginning of high school look for Maya. And so becoming more friends with guys, I was more friends with Jack. He's smart. I'm smart. Great combo.
Projects. Pop, 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 pop.
Projects, yeah, exactly. Because we both work a lot. So I was like, oh, I like to work with people who work.
Dude,
So a lot of
eighth
projects with,
grade.
and then we ended up hanging out. Oh
Eighth grade
yeah,
was
I'm
so good
helping you
report
out.
card wise. Like, I swear, it probably wasn't the best report card of my life, but I was just like every project where we were together, we are just tryharding so hard. But
And
the
this
worst
guy,
though, go ahead.
mhm,
No, you go
like for math, like
ahead.
no, what you gonna say, and then you're gonna bring up math. Finish what you're gonna say.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say the worst are the projects when the teacher like didn't let us be it together because obviously the teachers knew that we were sort of like like both better than most people in the class. They wanted to split it up. So I swear they would always put me with this one person. I'm not gonna expose who they are, but it was this one person, and every single project I did with this guy, and I didn't even listen to who the groups were because I knew I was with this guy. I was before the podcast, Maya put a sign in her door saying, "Don't come in. I'm doing a podcast," and someone just walked in. That's really funny. Um,
Literally, it's in red on a white piece of paper, and the letters are huge. Someone just walks in. Anyways,
um, yeah, I wouldn't even listen to who the groups were because I would just know that I would be with this
mhm.
one guy. Anyways, go ahead.
So we're like grinding in like almost every subject, doing great. And then here comes math. So people are like, Maya's actually so good in math. Here's my problem. Math, when I was really young, was always like a real struggle for me, whereas it always came natural to Jack. And my parents enrolled me in like after school math programs to like get my confidence up for it. And it helped a lot. And then came the time to do enriched math. So do grade 8, 9 in one year, and then the years after be ahead.
Yeah,
I passed the test, but only because I did that class and I had worked, like an hour every single day on other math homework than school, and spent so much time doing that, and of course it paid off. But math still to this day doesn't come natural to me, and I'm doing this class with Jack, with our teacher, who is extremely strict, but we love her. She's such a good teacher.
just sorry. Before you continue, I'm just gonna give. You already gave a little bit of background. I'm just gonna expand on that. Basically, if you don't know the way our school works, is that it's a high school, but it starts in grade 7, which is weird, not grade 8. And you do
Because
grade 7
French
at
schools
the
are
high school. And then
Mhm.
once you get into grade 8, if you got an A in grade 7 math, I think, I believe it's an A, it might be a B as well.
Which
You're,
I
you're,
did because um which I did because of my extracurricular
Right.
math
Yeah. And then if you get
stuff.
a good enough grade in your grade 7 class, you take a test that basically allows you, it's almost like a mini school program where you do advanced math. So you do,
Mhm.
it's not that you do like 3 years of or 4 years of math in 3 years, but it's that you do 2 years of math in one, and then
And
from
then you're
then
ahead.
on, you're just 1 year ahead. Um,
So
so
I've
yeah,
always kind of been on the fine line of passing that class. Eighth grade, I remember the last class of the year. She was like, "So there's this homework that if you're doing really well, you don't need to do, but if you're trying to get your extra points in, the teacher says this, you should really consider doing it and hand it in at the office so they can give it to me for me to correct." And she said that looking straight in my eyes.
yeah.
And I was like, that means it's me. She's like looking at me. And I had, through tests, some were doing better than others and some were zeros. And so, and
Well, the
like
thing
Jack,
is, you were saying you're only like scraping by, but that's not getting a 51. Like you needed an 80, you need an A to pass. I think you did 86, right?
yeah,
Just to graduate
I
to the
didn't
next year.
I didn't even get, I guess she kind of cheated me because I don't think I got my average. I think my average was lower than 86, maybe like 80 or something like that.
Mhm.
But it's because my work habits were like on point. I was doing every single homework. I swear I did not miss a single homework that year.
Well, at one
Um,
point, wasn't your average like like 65 or something?
oh yeah, no, it really was.
Yeah.
So like I said, it doesn't come naturally to me. Jack helped me through a lot of that, so that we got closer. Ninth grade, same thing. I mean, no, 10th grade, because 10th grade was last year. 10th grade math,
Dude,
same thing. I
I
did
hope you
so
guys didn't
bad
hear that.
that
My mom's just
I,
screaming in the other room.
oh,
I'm sorry.
10th grade math, same thing, except I had to redo it over summer, which was fantastic. And this year, Jack and I sit beside each other in math for every class. And it's very entertaining.
Well, should we talk about our math teacher?
No, we don't need to expose
I
him.
I think we do, but it's bad. It is bad. We'll just briefly go over it. We won't spend very much time on it, but essentially,
But wait, for context, the last two math teachers we've had were amazing teachers. Eighth grade
so
math teacher, so strict, but we learned so much and she's so efficient. Ninth grade math teacher, I mean, when we were in ninth grade, but doing 10th, she was amazing, super nice, super like competent.
good.
Hate English. Competent.
Competent, same word.
Competent. And yeah, but now it's
So now we
oh,
get this man. I again, I. It is so sad to me that I cannot expose his name, but I will not. If you go to my school, you'll know who I'm talking about. Um, this man, I believe he comes. I'm not sure where he comes from. If it's France, I think he was like born in Africa and then moved to France and then moved here or something.
yeah, but that doesn't matter. He moved here like 10 years ago. He's been teaching in Canada for 10 years.
But essentially, what I'm trying to say is he was raised in the French teaching program, right? Which
Yes.
is
Friends of
very
France.
different than the one here. Um, very strict, like you were saying. You were actually explaining it to me. Apparently, it's the teacher is like never wrong. I keep on saying like, bro. I gotta stop. The teacher
Yeah.
is never
Teachers never
wrong.
basically how it works is teachers never wrong and there's like a superiority. Like I'm the teacher, I'm superior to you and I'm never wrong.
That's right.
Anyways, that's
So
just works.
he's been teaching in Canada for, you said, 10 years. He comes
That's
to
what he
our
told
school.
us anyways.
Okay, there you go. He comes to our school, and this class that we're doing is an IB class, so it's advanced. It's not only is it advanced, but it's also goes in depth on different things. And so, for example, the 11th grade math course, that's just the normal course that regular 11th graders take. It's sort of the same curriculum, but then we do the stuff faster and we go more in depth on it, and we almost start learning 12th grade concepts. So
Yeah,
it really like pushes us. And then we also have to write, I
which
believe,
means I have a lot of late night math FaceTime calls with Jack.
that's right. Until you're like, screw this, I'm just gonna go watch Sons of Anarchy and eat chips, and I'm
Exactly.
done.
Or now
uh,
it's Peaky Blinders. Shout out. Go
seriously,
watch that
it's
show.
just all the like gang and drug
Yeah,
shows.
we'll get into that later. We'll get
We
into
will, we will, we will.
quarantine.
Um, Anyways, so the what was I saying? Oh yes, this is an IB class, so it's quite an advanced class. And this man comes to our school, teaches it. He's never, I don't think he's ever taught an IB class before. I might be wrong in that, but it looks like he has. And I mean, if he has, it's
I
even
don't
worse. Um, Essentially, he like doesn't take attendance at all,
until
ever,
the last minute if he does.
if we remind him. He
Yeah.
doesn't know who I am. My parents went to
After 3 months of
student
school.
teacher or parent teacher interviews after about, I'd say, maybe a month and a half. No idea who I was. They were like, "Oh yeah, our kid is Jack Bouchard." He said, "Oh, Jack, huh, huh." I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
he will. He also doesn't know how to use technology. Well, till this way. So he'll give us homework. He'll give us the same homework 3 weeks in a row and won't realize. And then
Or he'll
after
give
the
us
third week,
12th grade homework. He'll give
oh
us
yeah,
12th grade homework or ninth grade homework.
yeah, one time he gave us, we had a 2.5 hour block. He wasn't there. We had a sub because he got hit by a car. What a story! This guy just has such a life. But he uploaded the ninth grade homework for us. I mean, like we're in an 11th grade class, so it's something we did 2 years ago, and he gave us 2.5 hours to do it. And I swear to God, I'm not joking. There were 4 questions or 8. What was it? Six
No,
questions?
there's five
Five.
questions.
I'm all over the place. Five
It's
questions. It was ridiculous.
KPCM and it was, oh, yeah, that was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
so anyways, basically, he stresses us out. I think we should just completely move on from this topic before my heart rate goes above like 120.
Here's
Um,
the thing. We wouldn't be screwed if it was his exam at the end of the year because it would be based on what he taught us. And since he's basically taught us nothing until now, he wouldn't have much to put on it, right? But we have an IB, like the IB program exam. So that is why we are screwed and stressed out.
right. And it's
So
in
that is
the
math. So,
IB program.
but the summary of math class and having Jack in my math class for the last 3 years is that Jack's probably the only reason that I'm not in normal math for that matter. So that probably pulled us closer together, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I mean, we've basically, because we've sort of gotten screwed. I don't think I've been in your class for the last 2 years, but at
Not
least,
last year because I was in 8B. I was screwed over with my class last year.
yeah.
It ended up working out, but and then I this year no either. But we're in the same math class, so
But yeah, every year since we've been at this school, we've at least had math together, which is good to
yeah,
obviously
exactly.
maintain the friendship. But yeah, it's horrible. It is. I mean, I can't even like. I'm sort of just naturally good at math, and I still don't understand anything. So I
Yeah,
can't even
see,
imagine what it's like
my
if you're
level
not.
for math, it's like if Jack doesn't understand it, like I'm not even gonna try. Like
That
it's
sort of sounded cocky, but I didn't mean like, oh, I'm so good, but I meant like,
no, but
you know what I mean?
he gets it normally, and I don't. Like
Yeah.
my thing is language arts and social studies and history, and that's what I excel at. But um, holy cow! Like the other day, Jack was like, "Nope, I don't get this." I was like, "All right, so what career homework did we have?"
I know it's not- This guy also can't make report cards. I swear on
No, but
the
that's part of his car accident, I think.
it's part. No, that's not what I mean. I got my grade,
Oh, really?
and my grade. I mean, my grade is very high, which is weird.
No,
In
my
the
grade is higher than Jack's.
than mine
Yes,
in
I
math. You
got
mean?
sevens for everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's ridiculous. And sevens in the
How is
IB. Well,
that's that's never happened. So in IB, 7 out of 7 is the best you get.
and a
So I have
seven out of
sevens for
seven is between
everything,
98 and 100%.
and I haven't gotten 100% on anything. Like I know myself. I've had 100% on 2 quizzes in the last 2 years of math. I know that for a fact. I've counted them. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had
So
like 95s and I've also had 45%. But like
yeah.
I counted the amount of tests that I've had in A, and so there's no way that my grade is Yeah.
Well, I mean, time will only tell. But what I assume he did, because I did very, very well on the first exam, which, by the way, we had one exam in 3 months of school. That's the only thing we're graded on. So very, very well on that. And then on some of the homework, this guy took off 30% of my grade on a homework because my photo wasn't clear enough for him. So
Yeah, he didn't tell you until it happened.
I don't know. His correction method is odd. I think my grade is way too high. I think I should be getting a much worse grade than that, but I'm not gonna complain. My man gave me a good grade, so what can I say? Um,
Yeah,
anyways, yeah.
basically.
Should we talk about how trash I am at uh
First
first
impression.
impressions?
Oh my god. Okay, so this guy's never met my father.
Your
He's met my
father.
mom, but he never met my dad.
I've met your grandma before I met your mom. I've met your grandma like 4 times.
Yeah, it's because my grandma's like
Me and your grandma are kind of
daughter.
homies.
Yeah, she likes all my friends. She oh, I can't expose names. Okay. um, but um
You gotta text
so
me what you're gonna say.
I'm on FaceTime. I'm on a FaceTime with Jack, and I have like a limit for how late I can call most days. And I'm like, "Hey Jack, well, I gotta go, man." My headphones were in because my phone was charging, and I am. I was like, "All right, man, I'm really sorry. I gotta go." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause my dad. I need my dad says I gotta go." And he's like, oh, "Tell your dad he's so mean, man." And my dad walks right then and there, and he's like, and my dad's not a very I don't know how you would say this, but he's not the like best joke taker in the world, I guess you would say. And I was like, it was a joke. He's like, who was that? And I was like, oh god.
Did you
Like, and
expose
Jack keeps
say
asking
it
me to
was
hang out, and uh, my brother did. My brother exposed you. He keeps asking, can I go to your cabin and can I do this and can I do that with you guys? And I'm like, I mean, you can if you don't tell my dad he's mean. Like, that's never gonna really go well for you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm predicting me and your dad are gonna become best friends. I really
Good
am
luck with
predicting.
that.
I think one time I'm gonna go camping and I'm just gonna wake up at say 11 a.m. every single day and just not go fishing with him, and then he'll hate me. And then one day I'll get the aux on at the campfire and I'll start playing some Neil D bangers, and a little space in his heart is gonna fill up with love for me. That's my prediction.
Good luck with that.
Also, it's not just in Maya's family. Like my
No,
the
yeah,
first
literally,
time.
it's not just my family.
Well, which story are you gonna tell?
Well, you told me so many examples, so keep going, keep
Yeah,
going.
okay. I was gonna tell the first time I went to my ex-girlfriend's house. It was me and my
Oh
friend.
my, yes, I remember this.
It
Okay, wait,
was me
keep
and my friend.
talking. I just need to get some.
Yeah, no worries. And I think we were doing we were finishing some school project, and then we were all just hanging out there. And
Got my beautiful wall with a
look
whole
at
bunch of
that. Am I
pictures.
on there
Anyways,
somewhere? Go
um,
on. Find me. Find
I
me.
thank
Oh
you.
no, am I not? Oh, this is so embarrassing for you.
I have no idea.
My God, Maya, you hate
No,
me.
there. I
You
don't have any
hate.
good pictures of
Um, I have a really bad picture of you. I might expose it depending on how
you.
nice
No,
you are.
shut up. No, 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 no.
I have a couple actually. Anyways, so we're doing this
He has
school
a
project,
couple. That's kind of. Ugh,
and
okay.
then she liked cooking, so
Oh yeah,
she
his ex girlfriend.
yes,
Wait, are
so
we talking
she
about the same ex girlfriend, the main ex girlfriend?
yeah, yeah. Though you know the story.
Yes.
Um, and she likes cooking, so she was like, "Oh, I'll cook us some pasta or something." And me and my friend are like, "Oh, nice! This is a win for us." I think we weren't totally excluding her. Obviously, I think we were just all sitting around the table, and talking while she was cooking. I think it was mac and cheese or something. Um, and then she spilled some flour or something on the ground, and it just went everywhere. And then we both got up and were like, "Oh, we can help you with that. What can we do? Where's the mop?" Or it might not have been a mop because it was flour, whatever it was. We're like, "Oh, how can we help?" And she goes, "Oh, no, 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 please don't worry about it. It's fine. I got it. You guys go back to what you're doing because we're doing something." And then right as we sit back down, her mom walks in the door and she sees her daughter on the floor, like cleaning up some mess. And she literally looks at us. I mean, fair play to her because from her perspective, I totally get how it looked like we were just being dickheads. But she looks at us and
Yeah, it really did.
she's like, this isn't a direct quote, of course. I'm just going to paraphrase, but she said something along the lines of like, "Oh, come on, guys. Uh, get up, help her clean it up. This is ridiculous. You're supposed to be nice, blah blah blah."
My
And she
mom
sort of
would
went
have
off
said the
on us.
same thing.
And then my one friend was sort of a doofus about it. He was like, "Oh, nah, she said she didn't want help. It's fine." And he sits back down. And then and I'm sort of freaking out because I'm like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend's wall, whatever." So I said, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can help you." And then she's like, "Oh no, really, please, I don't need help." And then her mom is like annoyed and walks away. And so then I sit back down and I go, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh wow, I hope she doesn't think I'm a terrible person." And then we end up leaving, and apparently her mom talked to her that night, and she said, "Oh, like who is that guy?" And I really made a poor impression. So that was unfortunate, but in the end, it worked out. I don't think they hated me
It's just
forever.
with the girls' parents, I
That's
swear.
not true. I one of my very good friends. I think he'll be on the podcast at some point. I won't expose him though. Still, um, I went over to his house one day. We're on the same soccer team, and we were
Who are
carpooling.
we
And
talking about here? You're on too many soccer. There's too many guys on your soccer team.
don't
Text me
worry.
the name.
Yeah, I'll text you the name.
Text me the name.
Not right now though.
Ugh,
Basically,
damn it.
okay, fine.
Because I need to know who you're talking about while you're talking about the person.
Okay, okay,
Otherwise,
okay.
I'm
So,
just puzzled.
so
Joking.
I knew you would laugh. So me and my dad are in the car, and we go to his place, and we show up, and we were running sort of um late. I think the practice was starting in 10 minutes or something, and it was across town. So we had to rush. So I run up and I knock on the door, and he answers. And I look down and he's still not changed. I'm like, "Oh, hey, are you changed?" And he goes, "Oh, no, sorry." And I just jokingly, I'm like, "Oh, you're running a little bit late, aren't you?" And his mom walks around the corner and she pulls out her watch and she's like, "Actually, I've got 15:02 on my watch." And I go, "Oh." I'm sort of scared because I didn't even know she was there. And I go, "Oh, oh, sorry, I was just joking." And then she looks at me with like piercing eyes. I was so afraid. I go, "Oh, I look at my watch and I go, "Oh, you know what? You're right. It is 15 too." And I just went back to my car and just sat there until he came out. It was the most awkward experience ever. Um,
Oh my goodness.
and then, like,
That was the first time he had any interaction with his mom.
yeah, and then, well, it gets worse. I,
Oh
come
god.
to think of it, she might not like me. Although we do say hi at soccer and she seems friendly enough. But one time I went to her house. Um, it was quite late. It was during spring break and it was quite late at night. I think it might have been like 10:30 or something. And
Mhm.
it was us and a couple other guys, and we had been out just walking around in the neighborhood, and
Mhm.
we go into his house and his parents are watching a show, and we just start being so loud, and
Oh my
we're
god. That
making
never
tea.
goes well.
And I'm screaming at Ben. I'm like, "Ben, where the hell is your tea, man?" And I'm just being so loud. And then the thing about it,
This
because
guy, he can be. Okay, I'm talking about
oh
how
no,
loud
I
he
said
is
his
after.
name.
What?
Oh, whatever. Screw you. We know who it is now. I said his name. Doesn't matter. No one's gonna listen to this.
Okay.
Anyways, I go, oh, where the hell is your tea, man? And the thing about their house is that you can't actually see the the TV room from the kitchen. So then he goes, "Oh, like go upstairs," because he's got a rooftop deck, um, with
Oh
like
really? Yeah, that's
really
nice.
nice
Imagine.
seating and stuff and a fire pit. And he goes, "Just go up to the roof. I'll meet you up there." So I walk up
Yeah.
there, and I'm being really loud as I'm walking because I think we're the only ones in the house. And then I look over and make eye contact with his parents, and I just sort of smile and wave and like bolt up the stairs. It was bad. Um, but ever since then, me and his mom have sort of become homies. Uh, you know how
Sort
it
of.
is. Well, I mean, just for like we're not best friends like me and your dad are going to come, but um like We,
That's
you know.
Jack's dream, just to be best buds with my dad.
Oh yeah, I'd say that's probably one of my top 5 things I want to accomplish before
Yeah, in your lifetime.
before I graduate. Yeah.
Before you graduate, you'll be lucky if it's in your lifetime.
What do you mean? I'll never see you after we graduate.
What?
I'll never see you after we graduate, so it's got to be.
No, of course you'll see me. What, you think we'll never be in contact after we graduate?
Well, that's true, I
That's
guess.
so stupid. Okay, so there's this girl.
Sorry.
Um, I'm just gonna talk about this for a second.
Okay.
Parenthèse. French people. Yes.
For
Um,
those of you who are Anglos.
so I was talking with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll send you this just so we know who I'm talking about. It's so.
Mm.
um,
Okay.
and I was talking about my best friend. One of my very good, one of my best friends, Keikoa. Been on the podcast, first person on this podcast.
Yeah, we
Shout out
can
to
expose
Keikoa.
him. Well, you
I
can even say
love
you
you,
were
man.
just talking about him. That's all you're gonna say about it, right?
Yes. So we were
Okay, yeah.
talking about him, and she was like, "Oh, you guys are close." And I was like, "Yeah, we're best friends, hang out all the time, blah blah blah." She was like, and I told her about some kind of trip. Yeah, I told her about our plan to surf down all of the West Coast, so between here and San Diego, basically, because that's something we want to do once we graduate. And she's like, "That's so stupid because it's not like you guys are going to talk to each other after high school." And I was like, that's really sad to think about. That you just look at everyone that you're friends with right now and think like,
Yeah.
in 2 years, it's not gonna matter. I'm not gonna talk to you ever. Like, sure, some people I will be so happy to say good riddance to
Yeah.
once we throw our hats and get the stupid paper that we worked 12 years of school to get, or 14 years, whatever, you know?
Yeah. 12.
Um, 12. And
Whatever it
um,
is. Math. See?
but
This is why.
um, but I'll be so happy to say good riddance. But like, I plan on. I mean, I hope I'm friends with Kiko for like, I want to say the rest of my life because like, awesome person. We love him, right? But like, anyways, I hate that attitude. Anyways, yes,
Yeah.
dude, I
Well,
plan on
I
talking
didn't
after.
actually mean that
You
you'll never
still
see
have
me,
to go to
but
San Fran, buddy. Not maybe not for the same reasons, but I still want to go to San Fran with
are
you.
we gonna drive down there? Yeah. Probably not for the same reason. Um, are we gonna
Oh,
is that the play? Well, that's what you guys could do. You, me, and him drive down to San Francisco or San Diego. I assume they're close because they're both
no,
in
they're not.
California.
They're like California's a big, long state. It's uh San Diego is like 8 hours south of San Fran, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, regardless, you, me, and him all drive down during the day. You two surf, and I go out on the town. You know how it is. And
You know
then,
how B Jackson
yeah,
surfing,
you
not
know how
friends.
much of a baller I am. And then at night or on the off days, we drive and do a road trip out of it.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be so fun.
Easy.
Cause
Um, I
yeah,
think that sounds like a plan. We could just do it. You have to start saving though, because gas is expensive,
I
bro. Unless we get an
I
electric
have
car.
I've been saying, yeah, Tesla all the way.
A Tesla
We could borrow
or
Vinyl.
core, Maya.
I can't say Tahiya's name. No,
We borrow
Tahiya's car.
someone. He's got an electric.
No, but he wants to. Did he not tell you guys about that?
Probably not. He told
Man
us
wants an
about how just
electric car.
he tells us so many just awkward personal stories. He'll tell us
Yeah.
about how like his his cousin's sister um went to jail and then like their life was ruined and they couldn't do anything, so that's why you should never make poor choices. We're like, is that a real story? And he goes, yeah, it really happened. Why are you telling us this, man? Like, what the heck? It's so personal.
Yeah.
um
Um. Basically, yeah. So back to huge parentheses here. Back to being friends with Jack.
that was a
Eighth
big
grade.
that was like a 25-minute parenthesis.
Yeah. But so math brought us together, and then in eighth grade when my best friend moved, and then the girl he was dating at the time, I got to be friends with.
Mm,
So I was kind of the person in the middle of
Yeah, which was great
and,
for you.
which was nice. You know what? That always ends up being me anyways, so it wasn't
Every
surprising.
single time. Every single
It's
time. And
kind of toxic.
you're
Well,
never
explain.
friends with
Oh,
them. Actually, that's not true.
no, that's not
Sometimes you're
true.
friends with
But
them both before. Sometimes you only become friends with the second person because of the
the first person.
relationship.
So I got closer to Jack with that, and I got even closer to Jack after they broke up. Once she kind of went out of the picture.
Mm.
Um, but I feel like after that we just started being way more friends, and then we hung out like pretty often and all of that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if I think about all the guys I was friends with, yeah, I feel like I mean no, technically I was friends with um let's call him ugh, let's
I
call
know
him
he.
Jesus boy.
Yeah, Jesus boy.
Soccer Jesus boy. You know what I'm talking about. So I guess I was friends with him um too, but I guess Jack was also one of the first ones. I don't know, actually. It's kind of weird.
I,
Bottom
I,
line, I
I
have a lot
might say,
of guy friends.
well,
And
were we in Soccer Jesus boy's class in 7th grade?
yeah, I've always been in his class until this year.
So it'd probably be around the same time because I imagine you became friends with him in 7th grade, and you also became sort of friends with
Actually,
me
I
in seventh.
didn't.
Oh,
I mean, I talked to him, but I got really close to him way more in eighth grade, which was
right.
honestly awesome. Jesus boy, if you're listening to this, you know who you are.
That's right,
um,
baby.
him and I,
Um,
we were so on the same wavelength for so many things in life. It's really, really funny. Yeah, just guys, as a general statement,
they're
girls in
better.
high school are not
Trash.
are very intense to deal with, if I'm gonna
Mm,
put it in a very nice way.
a very
And I went
positive
through a
mindset from
huge,
you.
huge tomboy phase. Didn't give a crap about society standards. Not that I do now, but yes, I've kind of just
Well, I think
like
you also your
decided
style
to
changed completely.
look like a human. Yeah, now, but like I
You
kind of
sort of went
decided
from
to
like, or
not look.
here's my interpretation of it, sort
Yeah.
of more like stereotypical girl in elementary school, but
Oh,
also,
no. I was a princess in elementary school. I
yeah.
ballerina princess, pink every day, glitter in my hair. Dude, it was the
Until maybe
all
what,
out.
grade 6 is when it
Until
changed?
like end of grade six, I wore grade six. I wore track pants for the first
Whoa,
time in
whoa,
my
whoa,
life.
let me finish my
Yes,
analysis.
yeah, yes.
And then
No.
I would say starting of grade 6, there was a change, a pivot, you could say.
A
By the
little
end of
bit, yeah.
by the end of grade 6, you were fully into tomboy. You were rocking it.
No,
You liked it
no,
a lot.
it was grade seven because grade seven I cut my
What
hair.
what's the difference between end of grade 6 and grade 7?
No, because it was end of grade seven that I cut my hair. It was
I
March
know, but
grade
you're still wearing
seven.
sweatpants and stuff
Yeah, true.
all
And then
through
I
grade 7.
decided I was like, eh. And
And then
also
I would
because
say that continued. Bro, the
yes, keep
analysis,
going,
man, the
keep going.
analysis. And then this continued until I would say probably eight and a half grade, maybe even the end of 8th grade. And then in the past 2 years, you've sort of changed to more like the thrifty, like thrift shopping a
Really?
bunch and like,
Hey, I see my timeline
making your
different,
own
but I'll explain.
clothes and cropping your own shirts and buying sweatpants that are for dudes and then sewing the inside and
Hey,
all that
I'm
jazz.
so proud of that because it turned out so nice. Don't even judge. Okay, shush. No, so
What
here's
would you say
how
it is?
I feel like my timeline went. Sixth grade, still low key a princess. Seventh grade, high school, I was not at all what I expected. So I was like, okay. And then
What were
yeah,
you expecting it to be?
way way more. I don't know, just different. And
Oh, that.
more tomboy. I feel in seventh grade than sixth because sixth grade I still wore a dress to grad.
Yeah,
Whereas
but
no,
I
but
mean,
and I was happy about it, and I was so happy about it. Whereas like seventh grade, I went to a wedding and I wore the same grad dress to the wedding, and I was so mad about it because I wanted to wear a suit. Um, but my mom was like, "You can buy it with your own money," and I was like, "Ugh." Anyways,
what'd you wear to mine? You wore sort of a suit, right?
to Mun I wore one dress, but I was comfortable in it, and it was fine. Oh, I might wear that tomorrow for shake day.
Oh yeah, are
I
we
don't know.
doing that? Is that happening?
We are doing that.
Because If it's raining, dude,
Anyways,
I don't wanna.
no, we'll talk about it after. But so eighth grade, my hair was short. People mistaked me for a guy all the time. I didn't really care, but whatever. Track
Mm,
pants. Ninth grade too. I feel like during quarantine is when it really changed.
mm.
During quarantine, no, because all of
No,
ninth
because
grade.
we went thrift shopping that one time way before quarantine. When we went to the skateboard
Yeah,
store.
yeah. I guess I started getting to it, but I didn't wear different things. Like I was collecting stuff, but I didn't wear different things really. I started wearing more jewelry a little bit, but then quarantine, like, and now it's like completely different. But
Mhm.
moral of the story is, and also because I looked a lot more like a guy, and when girls called me to ask me what I thought of which Sephora lipstick they would need to get, I just lost my marbles and I was so annoyed by it. And I was like, why do we care? And when girls would be like, I don't know if I like him, but like, he's so good, but he's so bad. And I'm like, get the hell else, please. Just hang out with guys talking about soccer and skiing and sports and whatever. So sure, guys are immature, guys are annoying, but to a certain point, I could take it. Like last year, I was in the class of the main soccer people. Jack knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it was crazy, and it was very intense, but it was better to me than with people who were worried if their bras were showing or whatever. Ugh.
Yeah.
And if my style has changed now, I feel like I still don't deal with that kind of people. Like I won't be mean to them, but I won't like, go out of my way and be like, yeah, no, totally.
Yeah. I think, dude, going to my style, I think I like to think that my style is okay now. I think it's okay. It's not a
Yeah,
showstopper, but it's fine. I match some stuff.
I
It
didn't
doesn't look
change
stupid,
a lot of things. I just changed a lot of things, and
but
like you said, half my wardrobe is literally thrifted. In fact, all of it. If we look at yeah, like today,
in
everything I
grade
wore is
8 though, oh
thrifted.
boy, it was something else, my man.
More in eighth grade.
I had about 4 pairs of red shorts. I wore so many red shorts and
Oh,
then random colored. I would wear a green t-shirt and red shorts,
but
and
on
then
if we're gonna talk about style, I think I kind of win the prize for who has come the longest way. No, don't even.
oh no, I'm not saying I've come the longest way. I'm just
Yeah,
saying I went
it's
from very bad to better. You went from, well,
very
your
bad
style was
to
never bad. It was just very different.
no. It was just plain. It was um for those
But I
who
mean, you can't really
know
have
me.
style when you're in like grade 4. You don't even buy your own clothes.
No, but I'm talking about grade 8, 9. Yeah, mostly grade 7, 8, 9.
Mm,
I'm kid you not. You know the Adidas track pants with 3 lines?
mm,
I had 7 pairs of those.
jeez.
And I would just switch out and a new hoodie or new baggy guy shirt every single day. I am not kidding. So
Yeah.
it's just like I look like your typical gym teacher, which was fine by me because honestly, I did so much sports. And that was another reason I cut my hair. At the time I cut my hair, I was getting into competitive swimming. And any swimmer knows if you have long hair, that will be the death of you.
Well,
So,
didn't you had quite long hair. It was almost to like your hips, right? Maybe not,
no, it was
but
halfway
quite.
down my chest. It was like, it was halfway down. It's like just
Like
like
belly button?
here, like
Okay.
just between, yeah, just a
But
little bit
still,
over
that's
my
really
belly.
long.
But and my hair's really thick. Like if you think of yeah, my hair's really thick. And yeah, it was kind of crazy, kind of hectic. And if you're swimming 3, 4 times a week, you have to wash it every single time. Anyways, it was ridiculous, and I
Mhm.
do not regret cutting my hair whatsoever. And now that because of injuries, I'm not swimming anymore, anyways, I'd be like, oh, I'll try having long hair again. Next thing you know, I'll come back after Christmas break with a buzz cut.
Well, I don't think that hair's. I think I like your hair the length that it is now.
Yeah, I like it too, but
Like
I'm
I,
gonna
I
go.
didn't. I think it was okay when it was long, and I didn't love it when it was super super short. I think this is like good. You
Yeah,
should get
yeah.
a mullet. Oh, you should really do that.
I don't know how I feel about mullets.
they're bad, but they're good.
No, but I feel like it's one of those things that we'll look back on when we're like 30 and we'll be like, we were crazy. We were crazy.
That's the thing. I mean,
Because
think
my
of what a
mom got
mullet is. It's not even
this.
stylish. I mean, a mullet was stylish, what, 30 years ago? More?
Also,
Maybe not more.
Miley Cyrus decided to do it.
Yeah.
But they're coming back in style. I feel with like TikTok and everything.
Mm. Are you on that?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
It's nuts, dude. I mean, I yeah, it's the amount of people. I think there's a billion people on TikTok or something,
No way. Really?
and something like that. I read uh some article that was saying it could be close to a billion, and apparently, I mean, I'm sure there's some shady stuff about info tracking going on there because there's shady stuff about info tracking going on everywhere. But the
Yeah.
fact,
Like
I
if
mean,
you're worried about that, like delete your phone. I'm sorry.
that's
Like
right.
you can't blame it on TikTok. Like Apple is spying on you anyways. So like
But the thing is, I mean, just imagine that's so much stuff. I mean, the data, 1 billion people, like on Excel. You know when you scroll as far as you can to the right? Imagine
yeah,
doing that
we
for
did
like
that
a
in math.
year. Okay, we had a race. That was
Yeah.
really funny, actually. That again, that's how boring math class is. We're so bored, we have fun using Excel. That is a war crime. If you
Not
use
just
Excel,
Excel, just scrolling as far as you can on that thing.
I think if people say that they enjoy using Excel, they need to be just put away. Like they just need to go somewhere
just
where they won't
just go somewhere.
just
Because where were you going with the 1 billion thing?
well, that's just so much data that they have
Yeah,
on you.
yeah.
That's nuts,
I
dude.
got
I would be
it.
scared.
But okay, so TikTok and I want to talk about quarantine because, like, not gonna lie, quarantine changed me. Okay,
Mm.
I know a lot of people. It has for a lot of people for sure,
What a
right?
cliche thing to say.
No, but I was like, I feel like I've like changed so much since quarantine, and I don't just mean like style, but like habits and stuff. Yeah,
Mm.
COVID kind of messed everything up for all of us. I was supposed to go on a huge trip in Italy. Would have been my first
Oh
time in
yeah.
Europe, but you know,
Oh yeah.
kind
That
of
was so weird.
yeah.
Didn't your
I was
cousin
supposed
get destroyed by COVID? Did she end up catching it?
No, she didn't by some miracle because Italy was
That's
really
not. It
badly
was
hit by
really
COVID.
bad at the start.
Um, and so no, but oh my goodness, it was
That's
insane.
good though. Obviously.
Yeah, so COVID was so weird this summer, and oh, and I was gonna go somewhere with this. I forgot where I was gonna go.
I cut you off. You were saying you were gonna go to Italy. First time I was out of or
No,
first
but
time
there's
in
a
Europe.
reason I brought up quarantine. Yeah,
You said it
quarantine, I
changed.
guess, changed my style, changed my habits, and also got motivated to get back into sports. Because for those who don't know me, I've been injured for over a year now in my arms due to tendonitis and had to quit all of my sports. And that was no bueno.
At one point, you couldn't even type.
I couldn't type, I couldn't write. At one point, I couldn't lift up a fork to eat. It's better now. I still can't really type at all. I can write more now though,
Hmm.
but it's not nice. People, be smart. Don't get tendonitis. Don't help out your dad with um
Building a
construction.
cabin in the middle of nowhere. Um,
Exactly.
back to you said something really interesting earlier that I want to go back to. You're saying how high school wasn't what you thought it would be. I want you to sort of expand on that and talk more about
So all those stupid American movies.
that.
Let me elaborate a little bit on what I was about to say there. All those movies and those shows about like high school and like prom and how it's like the best years of your lives. Oh my god, it's totally not. If you're watching this and you've never been to high school or you're
Trash.
going into high school, it's
Get your hopes
in a
down.
very nice way of disaster. Okay? It is
It's basically like everyone you know turns out to be mean, and
and they leave you and they turned out to be someone completely different, or they like, I don't want to say cheat on you, but like cheat on you,
And then
and
you meet them
it's
again in
just
5 years after you've all graduated from high school, and they're really nice again. And they're like, yeah, that was weird in high school how we just weren't friends. But
and
you know what
because
can you do?
everyone's trying to high school and like being a teenager is all about like trying to find who you are and all of that weird stuff, and it's such a process because some people are really open and some people are really judgmental, and it's like everything is being judged all the time, like everything you do.
Mm.
And like Jack and me, we of course we judge people, and of course we're being judged all the time. Like it's like not really something you can avoid, you know.
Kids don't
And
care.
I guess in our school, also because it's so small, like I feel like everyone knows each other, so it's talked about a lot more. Like news gets around so fast.
Hmm.
But like I thought, like decorating lockers and having all your friends and like hang out after school, like it's not like that at all.
Yeah, so you really thought it would be sort of the stereotypical,
Oh, I definitely.
uh,
But that's my sixth grade princess self.
huh, that's funny. I sort of thought it was, I'm the opposite. I guess all the movies I watched were talking about how high school sucks nuts. Like, whatever. I don't know what I was doing in sixth grade, but like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and stuff like that. Um,
Oh yeah, that was
and
not me.
all those are
That was
saying how
not
high
me.
school's trash. So my experience or my expectations going into it were quite low. I was just sort of hoping, okay, if I survive, that'd be cool. And then
But I
it
went
ended up
also
not being that bad.
I like went through my low key existential crisis thing of like the whole I don't want to be perceived as what a stereotypical girl is, and I'm like fuck
Yeah,
all of society's standards. I don't know if I can swear on this,
you
but
can.
bleep all of society's standards, and like I don't want anything to do with any of that, and basically I kid you not, like people mistake me for guys like every single
Yeah.
day, like it was
You go, oh,
ridiculous.
hey, guys and girl, once they
And
realize.
it'd be like, hey, like boys, they would just be guys because guys also in
Or
like
that's true,
the
yeah.
right, like hey boys, I'd turn around and Maya, like that's happened. Like the teachers would be like, hey boys, how you doing? And I turn around and like, and Maya, how you doing too? You
Yeah,
know
that's right. Um,
that
that's really
like
weird though, how
the
you're.
amount of times that happened. And you think about it, like what other girl? Well, there was one, but he turned out to be trans. So I don't really think that counts.
That's true. Unless you are trans, then it would count.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I meant
Unless
for a
you've been.
person who a girl who cut her hair, like technically not a girl anymore. So
Oh,
doesn't
I
count.
see what you
You know,
mean.
because think about
Fully
our
cut
grade
her?
just real quick.
Oh no, this is. I can't think that much. What do you think I am? It's.
No, but just in general, like and yeah. Of course people were judgmental about it and I was like, well, that sucks for you because I don't really care. But of course
Yeah.
it's like kind of annoying at the same time because it's like, why do you guys make such a big deal about it? Blah 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 blah.
I feel like I thought I would, because I was popular in grade six, so I sort of
Yes.
thought that I would still be popular in high school, but I definitely was not. So that was weird. I don't know how that
Oh,
happened because
yeah.
realistically, not I don't know how it
A
happened
Jesus
in
boy
that way.
showed up. He took your spot. Jesus
That's
boy.
true. That's true. Yeah, I guess I
But
feel like almost all the popular people come from, because the way it works is there's two main francophone schools and they merge into the one high school. I feel
yeah,
like most of the people who are popular come from the high
there,
school,
yeah, there
from the
were.
other elementary.
Funny how that turned out. But the thing is, another thing I thought would be like I'd have my main group of friends, my main group of girlfriends, we all hang out, like paint each other's nails and shit. Like it's so corny when I think back about it, like what I thought would happen. Turns out basically was only friends with guys throughout all of high school except for like two exceptions. And um didn't give a crap about what girls thought of me, and also went to like watch soccer in the gym every lunch, and wasn't really ever assigned to like a specific group. Like I'm friends with a lot of people, but I'm not like in a specific group at lunch. Like where the when like people sit at tables the other assigned tables. Like I kind of just float around, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that, and it's great that way because that means I have to deal with less group drama. Somehow I'm always involved, but like it's
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that's not true. You sort of always have
but
to deal with drama.
but but it's not like it comes back, but it's not my drama. That's my problem. I always deal with other people's drama.
Right.
That's kind of my gift and my curse.
Yeah, I mean that sort of
Me
happens
and
to me too.
Jesus boy.
You and Jesus
Me
boy.
and Jesus boy. We it's our gift and our curse because in a way, so eighth grade I was known as everybody's therapist.
Well,
We're
still
over
not now,
that.
I'd say.
Yeah, but I deal with it a lot less now, I think. And
That's true.
also because as a person, I can read people and I can like understand what they're feeling all the time. And also I pick up on vibes really quick. Like I like notice things that most people are like whatever. Like I'll notice when someone's off like immediately. And Jesus
Right.
boy too. That's like something we do all the time. Um and like we'll bond over it. He'll call me at one point and we'll be like, you noticed this person was off today? And I was like, yes, oh my god, no one else believed me, but you noticed it too. And he's like, absolutely. So we just have that. But like it's always like that. And like I said, it's a gift and a curse because that means you're always conscious of everyone's problems. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like you can help them out or
hmm
not help them out or you know.
hmm Yeah. Well, back
Yeah.
to the sort of no friend group thing, but being friendly with everyone. That's sort
Mhm.
of what happened with me because until
But yeah, I
grade
feel like in grade eight, you had a fat friend group. You had like a main friend group.
no, but then once the relationship that I was in ended in eighth grade,
Yes.
yuck, what a weird time, dude. Um,
I
it
swear they were the couple of the school. Just so you know, they were the couple of the
me?
grade. It was like such a big thing. Yeah, it was
No,
ridiculous.
must have been
Yeah.
Kinko.
Oh, low key, but both because technically you guys were low key in the same friend group.
That's true. Anyways,
So,
basically, she broke up with
ew,
me,
that's gross. Sorry.
and
Yes,
then are you drawing right now? You're not even listening.
I'm
Um,
totally listening. I'm so present in the conversation, and no, I'm painting my nails for the record.
okay. Um, no, she broke up with me, and then my friends sort of didn't really like I was friends with them first, but then they became really good friends with her, and then of course they didn't
Except for
choose
Maya. Maya
a side
stayed
except for Maya.
loyal.
Maya stayed loyal, but for different
Mm-hmm.
reasons.
As I do.
Um, None of
Yeah.
my friends were
Hey,
unloyal.
are you trying to tell me that I just stayed loyal to you because she's the one who did? Okay, whatever. We're not gonna get into
Yeah, I'll explain what I mean later. This
that.
is too hard for me to do without exposing anyone. I'm gonna slip up
Yeah,
and say something if
exactly.
we keep talking about it. Anyways, essentially, of course, my friends, since they were good friends with both of us, didn't really choose a side as they should have not chosen a side. Um, and so I
Honestly,
didn't
I feel like
really,
most people did a good job doing that. Like no one really took sides
yeah,
for the most part. I'm trying to think broadly here. Yeah, most
yeah.
people did.
So we would all sit in this one spot at lunch, and that's where we always sat. And then they just continued sitting there, and then she also continued sitting there, and I was sort of I didn't want to go sit there with them that because that was awkward for me or whatever. So I started just sort of hanging around in the just whether it was playing soccer or watching soccer or just going to the library and hanging out with the people who like went and did video editing projects and coding projects there and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. And
And just
you
sort of
started
like
talking to the main squad people. That's what I call Jesus Boy and his friends.
yeah, exactly. Um, so I sort of became friends with everyone, and I didn't really sit anywhere for lunch. That was really weird because I went from sort
Because
of
no, but
having like
because you always had your group. Like as long as I can remember, you had your group,
that's right.
and then
Yeah,
you went from like most of ninth grade was just floating around. And
yeah,
I was like, I didn't see of it as such a bad thing. I was like, well, I do that all the time. Like, welcome to the club.
yeah.
But like now I see how that could have been like kind of weird too.
Well, especially for me, because I mean, I know you. You're sort of less expert than me, and you don't like you enjoy being alone quite a bit, whereas
Yeah.
I sort of am.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like being alone because I think walking around alone is sweet, but at the same time, being alone at lunch and just doing your own thing was really weird to me after like whatever 10 years of consecutively, or
Yeah,
whatever, what, 8 years
which
of
is true. Like
consecutively
I
having
spent
like
a
people.
lot of lunches on my own. Some of the times I was like, this kind of sucks, but I'd always like find stuff to do, and and you know what? A big part of it is because I was training so much for sports and for swimming that I
Mm,
would do my homework at lunch and I'd figure my stuff out with my friends like for homework a lot because after school I'd have practice and then I'd have like cross training and then I'd have dinner and then I'd be home by like 9 and I'd go to bed, like so technically yeah, I had no social life for part of
mm,
it, but and then worse and I'd always go watch soccer because I was always really entertaining. Um
mm-hmm.
because as we know, soccer is the biggest thing in our school, and it's the most entertaining
So
thing around.
sad. No soccer at lunch because of
I know
freaking COVID, man.
it's the end of the world to the
To
boys
everyone,
in our grade.
Jesus boy included. In fact, especially just what color you do
It's
painting your nails, by the
especially
way?
it's oh you
So,
can't see it because of the lighting. It's
I see
dark green,
sparkles
gold,
white.
and gold and white. Dark green, gold and
Oh,
white.
it's no red.
No, I did
You
red last week.
3/4 of Christmas.
Yes,
That's
I
good.
did red last week. I might. Oh, I ruined it.
All right. Now it's that all important part of the show. Uh,
Is
flipping
it
the
the reverse
script
card?
on you. What's that?
Is it the reverse card? Yeah, I
The
know this
reverse curve, baby. You know how it goes. Flipping the script. You ask me any leg aching, mind burning, uh toenail biting questions. I don't think it's toenail. I think it's just nail biting questions.
Just shut up before you make yourself sound more stupid. Toe biting? Are you seriously going to tell me you were proud of
Man,
that?
I was meant to say nail biting, but I said toenail biting. It's not a big deal. People screw up all the time, bro. Don't worry about it. Anyways, go. Ask your damn questions already, man. I'm
Um,
screwing up.
um, I want to ask you a question about me. Um,
Yeah, ask something deep, bro. Ask
honest,
something.
honest, honest to God,
Oh
when was a moment you were like, what the hell is Maya doing with her life?
no.
Don't tell me you've never thought that. Okay, we all have. We all
I
have.
I think my main. That's a good question. I gotta think about that. Probably.
Yeah, yeah. I I saw all of Colin and other Jack's questions, and I was like, that's kind of boring. I'm gonna make this interesting.
I think.
Love you, Colin and Jack, but
Well, one thing that I find is that you kept on telling me we would be FaceTiming, and you'd be telling me how much you disliked a certain person,
uh-huh.
uh, and then in person
I know what
you'd be
you mean.
so nice to them, and then
It's not that I'm nice. It's just I'm not mean. I
yes,
just can't
no,
be
you're
bothered.
so nice to them,
I know
and I
exactly
was
who you're
like,
talking about too.
what the hell? I talked to you about it too. I was like, Maya, you keep on telling me you hate this person, you never want to be friends with them. And then in class, you're just so nice to them and talking to them all the time. And I
I'm
think
in a
that
project with
was
that specific person right now, just so you know, for lunch calls.
that's such a giveaway, my God. What if they watch?
Oof.
Whatever, they won't watch an hour, and if they do, screw you. um, and I was just
If you have beef with me, that person, you know who you are. I'll
that's
explain.
right. Catch these hands. Maya will
Yeah.
beat you up outside of school. No. And
Like,
at that moment, I was sort of thinking, except she can't punch you, so she'll just only kick. Um, I was
could
like,
be a he.
what are you doing? You keep on telling me how much you dislike this person, and then you're just so nice to them. Um, so I think that was it wasn't like what are you doing with your life, but it was more I think there's a much different way that you could um
Know about this.
go about this, and I feel like you're making backwards progress by doing
So
what you're
here's
doing.
my explanation.
Yeah, please.
We go to a really small school.
Mm,
Everyone knows each other. Everyone's stuck with each other
mm, mm.
until we graduate, except for yeah, except if
Unless you
you
change
leave.
schools,
Yeah,
but yeah.
but it's a close community. Word goes around fast, and anyways, in general, like there's some people you just don't want to get into beef with.
Hmm.
All right, and I'll
But I
explain further
think you could
using.
always pull a Switzerland and just be neutral. And I feel like that's not what you were doing.
I can't. It's just because I always saw like what's the worst that can happen, and the worst that can happen is like everyone else turns on me because of the influence of this person. And I was like, all right, Maya, you know what? You have another 3 years stuck with all of these horrendous people. Um, JV 10th grade squad. I love most of you. Um, but
Keyword
like
most.
most. But I like so I was like long term, okay, this is some petty stuff. It doesn't matter. But like that's kind of my logic because I don't need to start like a war between all the girls because 10th grade girls, I know I'm a 10th grade girl, but
Hello.
10th grade girls, petty as fuck. Okay, petty, annoying, overreacting, drama queens. Okay, and
Yeah,
that is a fact. And 10th grade
can
boys,
confirm.
immature as hell.
Mm,
Only think about only talk about sex. Think about I don't know. Maybe they think about smarter things in life. And um also but I'm thinking about the squad that I hang out with right now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And talk a big game about girls, but can't keep a stable relationship for crap for the life of like for their lives.
I don't
So
do anything too.
and don't do anything. So
What I mean by
um
that is, well, yeah, continue.
we know what you mean by
We
that.
we
And
know, we know, we know.
so you know, there's both sides to that, but I just didn't want to get into argument with a bunch of petty girls that are gonna make stuff about nothing and yeah, but I see what you mean. So that's a cool part. Also, second really random question, but I'm kind of curious. What's my favorite outfit that I've worn like I'm gonna say in the past like few months because that's when my style is most evolved. Kind of
Oh
curious.
gosh. Okay. I think I think your hippie pants are cool, but I think as far as an
But
outfit goes, I don't think you have the top match, like the right top for those pants.
I know what you mean. I'm trying to find one, but I know what you mean.
But
Yes.
I think once you do find that, it'll probably become my favorite. I don't know. I guess you have that one sort of like weird two-color dress. Oh, the one you're wearing right now.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I like. You remember I even talked to you about it. The like Oxford or something sort of hoodie, or not hoodie because it doesn't
Oh,
have a hood, but
the
pullover.
crew neck. The
Yeah,
crew
very
neck.
nice.
Yeah, I wore it 2 days ago. I wore it on Monday with jeans I thrifted and altered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think your red
What?
Vans are cool, or your red whatever they are shoes.
Yes, red. Yes, yes, I like those too. All right, that's
Are they
cool.
Vans or are they
Yeah, they're Vans.
Converse?
They're
Vans.
Vans.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
What about me? The white jeans with the white shirt, because that's all you ever wear. No.
Um, let me think.
Ooh, is it my swag black and white belt that I'm gonna pull out
Oh my
that
goodness.
I thrifted? I thrifted
No,
this bad boy
love,
for $4.
I love the. Yeah, that's cool. I love the jacket. I love the jacket that I stole for the weekend.
Oh yeah, that cheesed me, dude. I had to walk home in such cold weather and it was pouring rain. Oh my God. Because I'd
But
forgotten my
I
compass card.
that really sucks for you. I love that jacket.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know I make fun of you for it all the time, but I kind of love your plaid pants.
Oh my God. That's everyone, bro. Every single person. I bought those pants. To be fair, you didn't
You
say you
bought them
hated
when you were
them
with
to me.
me.
Yeah. Well, actually, did you say you hated them to me? I think you did say you hated them to me.
I don't know. I
No,
might
you
have.
definitely did, actually.
Kind of said
I
that.
definitely remember you saying you hated them. But basically, there was one person who approved of them, and that was our family friend. I won't say their name, but they were the only one. They stuck with me. They said, Jack, those pants are sick. I said, thank you very much. I'm buying them. I just needed one person to say they were cool. Literally, probably 9 other people said they were terrible, and now they all like them. They
Yeah, it's
all
because he
like.
like when I was with him when he bought them, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna pull this off."
I
Turns
think
out
it's
he
because when I
can.
bought,
So,
I was sort of like I didn't have anything to wear that with, so it just looked dumb with everything I wore.
yeah,
But now I think I
I
have
just
better
want to
things to
get
go
plaid
with it for.
pants. I want to get plaid pants, not the same kinds that you have, but I want to
Ooh,
get.
I've inspired you. I've
I,
inspired you.
I want to get. It's more like my Pinterest board inspired me, but yes,
Yeah.
um, I want to get either black and white or like blue and dark green.
You know the pattern
Oh
that's
no,
like the stereotypical repeating pattern that sort of looks like a bug. I it's the one that repeats perfectly. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna show you a
no,
photo of it. Uh, because I can't describe it. Well, it's the one that's on those pants.
on your pants.
It's sort of images. Please show me the repeating pattern. Repeating pattern on clothes. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous.
But like,
Okay, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna try one last thing. If I put bug, no, 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 no. It's this one pattern. It's basically just like a geometric shape, and when you align many of them together, they fit in perfectly. Um, and
like
anyways,
a soccer ball.
no,
Okay,
it's such
whatever.
a bad thing to try to describe without a photo. Um,
It's fine. It's fine. Keep going.
yeah,
Keep going.
doesn't matter. Anyways, there's these black and white plaid pants that have that pattern on them, and they look really sick,
Mhm.
and I think they're cool, and I might buy them. But
I'm trying to thrift a pair of those, though, because I found one when I was thrifting with Kiko, but the waist fit me so weird. So I was
recently or
like,
when?
no. Before I left for Tofino.
Okay, a while ago. Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is I swear, I've told this to you before, I swear, I have such a common waist size. My waist is 32. I can never find thrifted pants. The only cool pants I find are women's, and their waist is like 26 or something, and I can't wear that.
It's funny because I hate thrifting women's pants, and I always thrift men's pants and then adjust the waist.
So can you
So
only adjust the waist smaller? You can't adjust the waist bigger, can you? That would make sense.
no, it's all okay. Like I said, can no one read a darn sign? Soon, and so does Jack because he has soccer practice. So, but yes, I now have pretty amazing nails, if I may say so
Oh
myself. You
my
already
god.
know the all
You
the
can say those are the
basic
Mouthy
like
podcast nails.
they are. That's
You gotta actually send me a photo of that.
are
That'll be the Instagram post for when the podcast goes live.
you serious?
Yeah, I'll say Maya did her nails during the podcast because she was so engaged with it, and they turned out pretty
You
well.
know, I would. Yeah,
I'm just messing. I'm just saying.
I
Um,
I always do my nails while either actually listening to podcasts or
being on a podcast.
just watch yeah, being on a podcast or watching some kind of drug show. The thing
Very
is,
true.
the problem with that is that there's like guns and explosions and people like killing each other, which sometimes it happens out of nowhere, so it scares me. So then
So
I
you jump.
like jump and the nail polish goes everywhere, and it's kind of a disaster. Not the greatest of ideas, but
Yeah,
like there was
maybe
this
it's
one
better to be
scene
like.
in Sons of Anarchy. You all know me. I watched that show during quarantine, and oh my god, it holds a special place in my heart. Jax Teller, I love you.
You fell in love.
Yeah, but like there's this one scene where he just popped out of nowhere and threw a knife in the person's skull, and I swear to God, scared the crap out of me. But yes.
And that's why you had stained nails for a month. Um, all right, before we get to the part of the podcast that's called the end. I don't know why I phrased that so weirdly. Do you have any important things to say? Any other questions? Any uh yeah, anything.
Oh wait, so Jack and I talked about this a little bit. We're supposed to talk about it more today, but we talked about um potentially doing an advice sequence with this.
Yes, I think you mean segment.
A segment, that's what I meant. Where I'd come on the podcast like every few weeks or whatever and answer like questions about, because I'm normally a person that a lot of people go to for advice about life in general, relationship, anything. So I thought it'd be cool to like answer some on this for any stupid teenager who decided to waste their time watching this.
Or adult. You also do
Or
advice for
adult,
adults. You gotta
because I
market
feel like it'd
yourself
be
like
relevant to
that.
everyone. Um, and I don't know, I feel like that could be fun or entertaining. We try that out, so you guys might see me again
I'm sure you
for
will.
that. I feel like it would be funny. Um,
It'll be
entertaining,
anonymous, of
hope
course. If you We'll figure it
hopefully
out.
helpful. If you do, if we figure it out and people do ask questions, or like people that we know ask us questions, it'll be anonymous.
I believe
And we'll
on
do it.
Instagram there's an anonymous question feature. If not, there definitely is on Snapchat, so we could just do it on that. Uh,
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
if you download Snapchat again. Anyways,
Well, you can just do
yeah.
it.
So
No way in hell
there,
I'm getting Snapchat.
there, there might be that.
I think the way
To
it'll
any
work is, or sorry, I keep on cutting you off. Go ahead.
to anyone who like if anyone actually watches these, comment down below, and we'll figure something out for that.
Yes. What I'll do, I think the idea is that whenever I don't have a guest or am too tired to coordinate someone coming on, we can just do a quick
When he basically
podcast.
feels like being lazy, he'll just text me and be like, "Hey, we're doing an advice segment." There, I got it.
There it is.
This
Yeah.
week, and I'll be like, "Yo," so that's when
So
you'll see me. When you see Maya back on the podcast, it's because
that's
Jeffrey's
what it'll be.
bored and doesn't know you with blood.
Why you gotta expose me like that, man? It's because you've spent an hour and a half not exposing anyone, not saying names, so you have to just get out on me.
Exactly. I have to do it somehow.
Anyways, yeah, the idea will be, I'll figure it out somehow. Either there'll be a thing on Instagram where you can ask questions, or in person, or on Snapchat, or whatever it is, and then we
Mhm.
will answer your questions, comments, advice, tips, etc. I think together probably. It won't just be you. I want to get my input on it
Probably.
as well.
Yeah,
Unless
that'll
it's
be
about like something that I know nothing about. Um, and yeah, that sounds very cool to me. Thank you very much for coming on. It was a
a pleasure.
pretty sweet discussion, if I may say. Next week, like I said, there won't be a podcast because Christmas. The week after, I'm still not 100% sure. Sorry if my mom's been screaming the whole time. She's in some meeting or something with her friends. I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, I will catch you
We
guys.
can hear it at all. So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Peace.